tune in for Patrick Ching's Painting in Paradise.
Aloha, I'm Patrick Ching, and thank you for joining me on Painting in Paradise. In this episode, we learn about the mystic Hawaiian owl called the Pueo. We'll learn about the anatomy and cultural significance of this amazing animal. Then we'll learn how to draw it and paint it. Owls are members of a family of birds called raptors. Huh? Rappers? No, not rappers. Raptors. Raptors are birds of prey. Huh? They prey? No, they are birds of prey, meaning they prey or hunt other animals. Hawaii currently has two native birds of prey, the Pueo, Hawaiian owl, and the Io, Hawaiian hawk. We know from fossil remains that other raptors once lived in Hawaii, including other species of owls. In 1958, another species of owl was introduced to Hawaii. The barn owl has a distinctive heart-shaped face. The barn owl is larger and lighter in color than the Pueo. When people say they saw a white owl, they are often seeing barn owls. Ancient lore speaks of the sacred white Pueo, and those were extremely rare albino Pueo. Barn owls hunt mostly at night, while the Pueo is diurnal, meaning it hunts mostly in the daytime, but also at night. Pueo eat small animals like mice and lizards, and after devouring their meals, they spit up pellets containing the hair and bones of their prey. The pointed feathers of the Pueo's head are called ear tufts. They do resemble ears, but their actual purpose is not to hear with, but rather to help the Pueo camouflage themselves into their habitat, like trees. The Pueo's real ears are under their feathers on the sides of their heads, right where you expect ears to be. Pueo are expert hunters, and their feathers help guide sounds into their eyes and ears. The tips of their wing feathers are lined with tiny ends that make them silent in flight. This really helps when hunting their prey from above. Many Hawaiian families consider the Pueo aumakua, or family spirit guardians. There are many stories of Pueo and their mystical role in Hawaiian culture and history. When I was a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service ranger on Kauai in the 80s and 90s, we began finding Pueo on the side of the road that were really sick.
One of the problems we're having with the owls is that we've been finding a lot of them dead by the side of the road. The Pueo, the one we have here, and the introduced barn owl are both being hit with some kind of a disease or a parasite or something that we really haven't figured out what's affecting them. But whatever it is, it seems to affect their vision and their ability to hunt. So you see a lot more owls hanging around the roadsides looking for mice on the road, and as a consequence, a lot more owls are being hit by cars. This is a fairly recent occurrence. I'd say within the past 5 years we've been noticing a lot more owls becoming sick and dead.
When we return, I'll show you how to draw the Hawaiian owl called the Pueo.
Well, now I'm going to show you how I go about drawing a Hawaiian owl, the Pueo, on a post, okay? I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a circle over here where the head goes and an oval over there and the post over there. I'm going to be using a pen so that you can see it, but you can be using a pencil at home. And remember to press softly. How are we going to press? Softly, that's right. Okay, we press softly so we don't dig into the paper, and therefore it makes it easier if we want to erase or just adjust things without erasing. Okay, so loosen up. Oh yeah, you don't want to pull an art muscle or something. I'm going to make a little circle right around here where the head goes. And a nice kind of an oval right over there where the body goes. And I'm going to make another longer oval right there. That's about where the wings will stick out. The feet, I'm going to bring around here, a couple of toes there, and another foot, a couple of toes there. I'll bring these nice long talons. You know what the claws are called? Yep, they're called talons. And that's going to help that owl stay right on top of this post, okay? Tell you what, the post will be about here. That's like a fence post, you know, it's a good place to see Pueo. These are some notches in the fence post. Okay, now up here, the Pueo has a couple of little, what they might call horns. Now, these are not where the ears go. You know, the Pueo's ears are on the side where you'd normally find ears. These little points up there are actually what owls use as camouflage. So when you see an owl, you don't see a round shape against a tree. They got these little points that help them blend in with the trees better. All right, now that I've got a basic owl shape, I'm going to put another little shape within the owl's face. I'm going to start with those beautiful eyebrows. Now they might look a little bit angry, but that's just how they're shaped. A beak is going to come down right around there, kind of like a diamond shaped beak. And his feathers are coming out here in like a cone. The eyeballs, the maka, they're nice and round. An interesting thing to note here is that when the sun is hitting the eyes, the dark parts or the pupils get smaller. And where the sun is not hitting them in the shadow, the pupils get larger, letting in more light. Yeah, little known facts right there. Okay, and we got a little bit of a dark area right around there, and a little bit of a ring around the face. It kind of comes up in a shape like this. Then I'm going to just kind of attach, swoop down the head of the Pueo down to the body. Maybe show a little bit of a wing over there. Little bit of a wing over here. And these will be some long wing feathers too. Okay, so I'm going to take this little sketch right there. It's got a nice shape of a Pueo. And I'm going to come back with a even darker pen. Now you can be pressing darker with your pencil, or you can be using a pen on this, okay? But now that I've got my Pueo formed up, I basically know where things are going to go. I can make adjustments at this point if I want to. I'm going to use a little darker pen and go around the outline. Oh yeah. Now I'm kind of swooping these lines. All right, I'm going to make a little wing hang off the back side over there. And his feet are kind of fuzzy. Now, one of the most important parts of the Pueo is the face. You know, that's where it has all the character. And you get to know these kind of like these eyebrows and things, you know. They're kind of flaring out here. Sometimes they look like they're glaring. But hey, that's what an owl looks like. You know, they need those eyes to be like focusing in on their prey. You know, they eat mice, insects, lizards. Oh my goodness. I know, you should just go and eat vegetables all day, but no, you're an owl. You're gonna go hunting, yeah? Oh yeah. All right, making his maka. Remember what the maka is? Oh, the maka is the eyes. And they got these dark feathers. You notice how all of the feathers in the Pueo's face lead all of the sound and sight into his eyes and ears. Okay, they kind of capture sound. But they have like a dark mask there. Now they got this beautiful little shape around their face. It's not quite as heart-shaped as the barn owl. You know, the barn owl is a little bigger, whiter, and has a very distinctive heart-shaped face. But for the Pueo, we can just leave kind of a little white area around this shape. Okay. Maybe start to draw some of the direction of the feathers there. The beak itself can be quite dark unless you want to put a little reflective kind of action there. Yeah. Now we can do a lot with shading, you know, if you want to be doing some slight decorative directional lines like that. And right beneath the owl's face, it kind of gets darker and it sends some pointed lines down there like that, okay? Right down its chest. Kind of some pointed lines like that. Okay. Now Pueo can be quite difficult to draw, especially because each one of their feathers is checkered, like brown and white, you know, and they're all overlapping each other and all. I'm gonna kind of give it a little bit of a wing shape right here and a couple of feathers there. Remember, every little intersecting line, a line that goes in front of another line, tells you what's in front of what, what's in back of what. You know, the line of this chest right here is telling us that this chest is a little bit in front of that wing. Yeah, the feet are a little bit on top in front of that post over there. And these are some big wing feathers right here. They're kind of at the end over there. All right, so we don't have too much more drawing to do. We'll be doing most of this stuff with paint. But the lines are kind of like flowing down the Pueo's body. Okay. And on the wings, you can put some more rows of feathers there. And they're going to have all kinds of checkered colored shapes. And you put whatever you want in the background. You want some flowers or some bushes there. You know, maybe you want a Pueo flying. We'll do a little one flying over here, okay? And remember, he's got those kind of streaks on his chest over there like that, yeah? So there we got one owl sitting, one owl flying, and we got some bushes and whatever else you might want to put back there, maybe some mountains, some grass. Okay. Just get creative in what you want your drawing to be like. Clouds. Now just finish it off with a little shading, making it a little darker right beneath the Pueo's feet there. Maybe give this post a little bit of shading. And there you have it, the Hawaiian owl called the Pueo.
When we return, I'll show you some tips on painting the Pueo, and we'll join in on some fun-filled Pueo painting workshops. Now join us at Sharima Keller's Beachfront Art Studio in Kailua as a group of artists learn how to paint the Pueo. Alright, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the anatomy of the Pueo, our Hawaiian owl. And when you look at the Pueo, there's some drama happening. I mean, it's just a beautiful and dramatic center of the Pueo's face, the nice dark beak. It's got these tufts of feathers that go across the eyes, kind of like eyebrows. You know, they even got little ear tufts, and those ear tufts are called ear tufts. They're not really ears at all. You know, his ears are actually on the sides of the head, right where you expect ears to be. But these tufts, I think, act more like camouflage than actually helping the bird to listen. Although if you do look at the Pueo, you notice the shape of its feathers. They're all guiding light and sound into its face and sight. The rest of the owl's coloring is really great for camouflage. I mean, they're all speckled. They camouflage well in the forest. If you actually look at every feather of the Pueo, you're going to see that each feather has patches of light and dark brown. So trying to figure out how to paint the feathers on the Pueo, you can go a little bit cuckoo doing that. But if you learn a system on how to build an owl or build a painting, you can get a lot more consistent paintings coming out the way you want them by building your foundations, adding your colors and your layers, and then finally enjoying your candy when you put a little thing in their eye like this. Bing!
I met Patrick about 8 years ago. So every time that I come here to Hawaii, I like to do some painting with him. He's a good teacher. He has a lot of patience, and I enjoy doing this. This is kind of different experience for me because I never paint, any birds or any animal. So, but it come out very nice, and I really enjoy doing this.
I'm really pleased with my 4 hours of painting today. The lesson was easy to follow. Patrick had it drawn out for us, and we learned a lot about color mixing. Learning how the structure of the owl, his wings and his eyes.
Today we did the owl. It's only my second painting, and I'm falling in love with painting. So it was an easy and wonderful experience to bring to life the owl.
Thank you for joining me on Painting in Paradise. I'm Patrick Ching, and I'd love to see what you created. So send your pictures to my website at patrickching.com. Aloha.
Yes, every day me and Tara, we would watch it dance across the land. From the mountain slopes it glided to the corner coast, then led up in Waimea. Pueo, the Pueo. Yes, mother, I saw the Pueo. Every day we watch it spread its wings so free. As it floated into the sunset, I thought of my city home, waiting for me. Yes, Father, I saw the Pueo. It reminded me of how it must have been so long ago.
Aloha! I'm Linda Elliott, the founder, president, and center director of the Hawaii Wildlife Center. I founded the Hawaii Wildlife Center because Hawaii has the unfortunate distinction of being the endangered species capital of the world. And prior to this, there was no resource in Hawaii to treat sick and injured native wildlife. Now we have the Hawaii Wildlife Center. We're able to treat those individual birds and bats and also be prepared for when there is an emergency event.